Well, hello everyone. So thank you very much for Data Amplified to invite us. Actually, we were super happy to have you all here in Madrid. Actually, it's been a while since Experience International doesn't have a conference in Madrid. So as Spanish people, we need to say thank you for coming as well. Today it's a great pleasure because I'm here. Normally I come alone, but I'm here with my friend and colleague Carlos Ollero from Informa.
Yeah. Actually, this is, I've been seeing other presentations, and usually people speak from the same company. Today is two companies, different companies, working together to make something, so I think it's nice.
It's going to be different. Yeah. So Carlos belongs to Informa. Informa is the leader data aggregator in Spain. They belong to Dun & Bradstreet network. So it has been a pleasure to present to you today this project. Do I have like a clicker? Mouse?
Mouse?
Here, sorry. So it's super, we are very happy to be here to present to you a project that we have done together, which honestly speaking, is super exciting because we were able to innovate in completely something new in the market, mostly in the scoring systems and so on.
Yeah. The way I see this, I've been not a lot of time in Informa. What we do is getting information, obviously from XBRLs, if not, we will not be here, but also from other sources, a lot of sources, company information, and we make sure that this information is good, and we resell it to our customers. So we have the biggest and more curated database of company information in Spain. But as I see in Spain, and also, of course, in Portugal and Colombia, we are part of Dun & Bradstreet network, so if you know Dun & Bradstreet, you know more or less what we do. And what I always say is that there is this value chain in data. You have the raw data, the curated data, the insights, and the actions on the data. And we are mostly on the curated data. Our data is very good, super high quality standards, super high quality KPIs, but we are not on the right side of the value chain. And this is where Maria comes out, Fujitsu. So go ahead. We are like the mountain. There is some gold there.
But exactly. So imagine a person like us that we come from the XBRL world, but I'm actually moving now more in the AI, data consumption side and so on. And we have a lunch with Informa and see what we can do together. And they told me, we have gold. And I told them, we have the miners. So we need to do something together. So in my particular case, Fujitsu is quite innovative on AI. We have quite presence now on AI communities. And we have a lot of projects on AI. It's part of our normal business now. And also we are part of Sensenelec GTC 21 group, which is in charge of the standardization of the AI Act. How many of you know about the AI Act? Something, nothing, a little, one, only one, two, three, okay.
Then we lower the bar. Who knows that there is AI Act in Europe? More hands.
Okay. You made the right question. Yeah, exactly. So we are there. So actually, everything we try to do is taking into consideration what is coming in regulation as well. So that was part of the seed of this particular project.
Yeah. So I used to work in another company. And this is something that is quite interesting. All the models for calculating, risk risk are based on technologies, logistic regression, that is very understandable for humans. But then there is this new technology that is AI, new, more or less new, last 50 years or more. But it can get results with a very complex explanation, because there is always an explanation. It's a mathematical formula, but instead of being a short mathematical formula, it's a very big mathematical formula. So you cannot tell someone, you didn't get the credit because. It's like, you didn't get the credit because your earnings are very good, but you know in this moment this particular parameter is this way. It's very difficult. So one of the challenges is how to make this understandable by the people, okay? And how to calculate risk to get the best of the AI, that is the increased predictability, and the best of the old way, that is getting the explainability. So we worked with Fujitsu.
Exactly, with these particular needs and problems that actually when they tell me, okay, I have a huge amount of data, I want to do something very useful and tangible based on these criteria, some risks and so on, what we can do. AI has been always kind of banned in terms of a scoring system because of the lack of explainability, interpretability, and so on. And we were, okay, what if we do this with explainable AI?
Yep.
It's something that explainable AI, if I say that term, how many of you know something a little bit about explainable AI? Okay, so explainable AI is another area of work of AI, just to open the black box. So AI per se, if you think about that, is a black box. You just have an input, black box, output, fantastic. But how can you trust the result of this? How can you trust what the model think about? How can you trace what is behind? I mean, honestly speaking, this has been a natural path for anyone working on AI, because if I want to put any particular product in a client, the first thing they ask me is how in hell I can trust this model, and how can I check what you are producing is right. So taking that into consideration, we say, hey, what if we include actually explainable AI as part of the equation of the things that we want to create, which is at the end a score with the super mega fancy data that Informa have.
Good. So we started to work together, and we got the data. Fujitsu has the data scientists. So we started to get the data that we have. So it's a lot of financial data, but also the tenders, trade information about well or less good paying, lawsuit. We get all this information from the ecosystem of the Spanish companies. We have a huge team working on this. A lot of that is automatically loaded. A lot of that is manually validated and loaded into the database. And we get some, let's say, insights with models to understand what is the probability of delinquency, what is the probability of failure, and the viability for the company. So with all of this, we join efforts, and we
put in the Thermomix, let's say in that way. So imagine, for anyone that works in this space, having clean and a lot of data. This is not the normal thing that we start a project on AI, but we started in that position. We have a lot of clean, good, with quality data and millions of records.
You know, usually you say when you are doing presentations, commercial presentations, you need to have good data because trash in, trash out. This was, now we have good data in. What we have out is amazing.
It's amazing. Exactly. And one part of the pieces of this data is XBRL, reason why we are here, okay? So what we did, we actually take into consideration plenty of data for information from companies, as already Carlos said, not only financial data per se, combined with trade data, inquiries, lawsuits, sectoral data, but in combination with certain also risk models and predictions that they already have already. And we combine all this together, we put in the Thermomix, and we say, hey, what is happening here? So as a result of this, we are capable to provide now a product called a business health score, probability, but also the explanations behind, because underneath this, there is explainable AI technologies that is capable to tell you what are the positive and negative factors that affect to this probability. In other words, you can understand the reasons that are behind, but also these reasons are part of the insights that we can provide into the market, not only the probability in itself. So what are the features, the elements, being financial, non-financial, as you can see all the data side that we have, and the impact that it takes into considerations when we are providing this kind of score. So very new score model based on AI and explainability.
And also, this is not the typical scoring model that, okay, this is always, these are the reasons, so, and we categorize them in good and bad reasons with weights. This is obviously, we will see some screenshots, but these are not fixed. For every result, we have a set of reasons that can be different for every company. Exactly. So that's the explainability layer and not a weighted list of inputs.
A variability on that regard. So in terms of achievements, the first important thing is in terms of the model, the predictions that we provide as a score, according to the Dun & Bradstreet standard, it goes to level 1. Yeah,
actually, just as context, Dun & Bradstreet, we are part of Dun & Bradstreet, and they put standards for our scorings. They evaluate the Gini metric, that is actually the probability of a result of being right. They has a lot of different metrics of quality of the score, let's say, of predictability of the score. The level 1 for Dun & Bradstreet was at least 60% Gini. Our scoring arrived to 79. That is a pretty good score, pretty good predictability score.
And actually, the CEO was super mega happy. I remember he called us and he called to Cheles to tell that. And we were super good, nice to have this kind of standards because we were normally work on this matter. So it means that the things we are producing, it has a quality from the market, standard set, and it goes to level 1. So so that make a suitable product as a score.
Yeah. So then this is the result. Of course, this is everything, as we said before, this is an API, but this is the visualization of the API. And we can see the health score, that is what we have built together. And the health score is, in this case, 69%. And in the left part, these are the reasons behind the corporate health score. And this is what enables us to say, okay, this scoring is based on that. And this is providing trust on the decision, both from the being able to provide transparency to the customer, but also for taking decisions, business decisions. I mean, in an executive committee, this is our average risk for the portfolio. Okay, why? Because the score says so, or because of the personal expenses, etc. This is a better way of taking decisions, okay?
Exactly, so actually offering these positive and negative factors, you can see here top 5, but the thing we produce, it goes more than top 5. Okay, this is just an example, just for you to visualize, but at the end, the final product that should be useful for the screening process, portfolio management, and so on, it provides the percentage, so the probability, the score per se, plus all the features that affect in a positive and negative manner, including the impact of each one of them. Imagine, this is really a new rule of the game. Yep. So we're introducing completely something new that we want actually the market to use as an advance in their scoring systems that they normally utilize for risk.
But this is what we want.
What we want, yes. But this has been the first step, doing it.
So in terms of market, okay, there is the market, but there is the innovation. So together we got some awards.
Exactly. So actually, we have been awarded by the IBS Intelligence Global FinTech. So this is a very prestigious forum on new global fintech solutions. And actually what they recognize a lot are mostly two things. That in terms of the scoring systems, we have been breaking a little bit the walls, because normally scoring systems rely on traditional statistics. The reason is because it can be traceable and explainable. We break the wall here because we use AI. AI and scoring systems for corporate market is not that usual. It's actually not usual at all.
No, because of the regulatory environment that usually requires an explanation for the results.
Exactly. And the second important point is that we have already doing something that it goes in terms of compliance with the coming AI Act. The coming AI Act says that you need to categorize by risk the kind of AI applications that you go think. However, but in the majority of the cases, high risk, even medium risk things, you need to make your models that are auditable, transparent, and so on. So actually, it covered the ticks on that part as well.
And the third thing that we didn't get awarded by is because two very different companies have been working together for a product. So it's something that is possible.
Yep,
and it's not usual, I mean.
It's not, and it was fun.
Yes, very fun.
It's important.
So now, what we did is, okay, we have developed this with a data set, and what we said before is, this is what we believe, but we need to know what our customers believe. Okay, so what we are doing now is getting this score and getting it to customers. Not for getting paid yet, in the future, yes, because if not, what we are going to the customers and say, okay, give us your portfolio. This is a normal backtest, but give us a part of your portfolio or a subset of your portfolio from 2020. We will calculate the probability of the health score for this portfolio, and then we will get it back to you with the results, that is, of course, the scoring and the reasons. And please check with your knowledge, because if this is from 2020, you know what happened in 2021, 2022, etc. And with this, you can check whether or not we were right in our prediction. Based on that, they will tell us it's good, could be better, and then we can start developing the right product. So commercialization, model creating, and pricing means industrializing the product, because now it's something that we need to pass, batch files, take this, execute, get it back to me, I'll give it to the customer. But this the investment for industrializing it is only meaningful when you have tested that the market wants it. So, and also one result of this is not only the scoring per se, is that we are able to work together, and if this doesn't work, we will find things that work.
Exactly. To expand.
Hopefully, next year we will be together as well, explaining the next big thing.
In another
with
country.
A lot of money, success from this.
We are trying to get excuses to move out and fly to another place. Yes, totally. So yeah, we are now in a position of testing this with the market to see what is working, what is not working. Maybe we change certain things, and also to study how this can be approachable in a major market. And our idea is also to expand into international network as well, taking into consideration, the big weight actually Informa has, and also Fujitsu has in different parts of the world. So we prioritize these three initially, but this is work in progress. Take-home messages. So we always like to put this kind of slides for key message you need to go home with. So firstly, I want to put in value the value of this strategic alliance. Big data providers working with us, software providers, we make a great team to create not something that it must be useful for the market, but something completely new. Okay? AI is not only LLMs. AI is not only we try to do something practical in the market that maybe we think this is all thought already, and this actually can change the rule of this game, okay? Focus on practical. We are practical people. We don't like empty PowerPoints.
Actually, we like to innovate, but innovate for something. We don't do things for doing things, but it's for the market. So starting with what do we do, testing it, makes sense, let's go to the market. And then maybe we can sell it and go to the next one.
Exactly. Innovating like...
If not, fail fast.
We change
Yeah.
approach. That's quite an innovation pathways. It's like innovation for the market with the market.
Exactly.
Right? Achievement to the date. So we have actually a score that covers all the ticks from the standards of Dun & Bradstreet, which is a high-quality brand, which means what we are producing, at least, has a good predictive power. Fantastic, check. We have received awards for innovation in global fintech communities, meaning that there is certain recognition, not only in the innovation we do as practical project scores, but also how this is getting compliance and how two companies from two different domains work together to create something very differential to really break through the walls of this traditional market. What we are producing is to enhance analytical capabilities, not only thinking the score, but the explanations. Explanations are new variables that we want to incorporate in the use into the market as well. Auditable AI, transparency, something that can you understand itself. It's also compliance with the AI Act, so going to the future of the regulation as well.
As you can see, achievements for us, the most important part is the innovation, what we are able to provide to the market, and then, of course, what the score does. That is the capabilities, the auditable AI, but the main thing is the market and the capabilities that we have developed. That is the main thing.
Bingo. Exactly. And
that's all.
I don't know if you guys...
Okay, thank you very much. And yeah, Nacho, you have it.
Well, first of all, congratulations for this excellent exercise, because everybody is trying to achieve that results. It's explicable AI, because if not, as Maria commented, the black box approach with money and investors is quite difficult. I have two questions. The first question, in the financial sector, the problem is not only an individual company, the problem is the system. What happens if we have a crisis like in 2008, or climate change crisis, or whatever, in which extent this model could be used for different environmental conditions? Because obviously, if the life were exactly the same year over year, but change.
Actually,
this is one question.
I answered it. This specific model will not work, because the results are based on the historical data. So if the context changes a lot, then the result will be completely different. We don't have experience for that. We will need to include some macro variables that will be able to change the model.
For instance, change of the central bank's interest rate.
No,
that
for now,
changes completely the financial conditions.
For now, that is not taken into account, but it's a nice next step.
Nice to have. Actually, one thing we were reconsidering now as the next phase is the continual learning. And that goes in the directions that you are already talking about.
Yes, other point is, at least in Spain, the Bank of Spain mandate to the creditors, to the commercial banks, to explain to the companies why refuse to provide credits. For instance, because say, well, your capital ratio is too low, or your ratio of sales over liabilities is not good enough, or whatever. The point in all of these kind of solutions is until what point is transparent, in the sense that the data is the data of a private company.
Yes.
And the tool is the tool of other private company. How to, according to the AI Act, how to be sure that this not introduce the typical risk that happen with the traditional rating agencies, because Standard & Poor's say you have a AAA minus. Why? I don't know.
Yeah. John?
Well, it's actually, when you actually make a very good question. Actually, the differential point here is not the score only. It's also the explanations, the features, the why. We give that AA+, like you say in that way, but we also tells you it's because revenue is impacting in a negative manner in this thing. Asset is acting in a positive manner in this part. Things like this. So you are capable to, and it's not just 5 features. We are talking about more than 100 features that we provide to you as explanations and the impact that they give. So that's why we are saying that it's not only a score anymore. We want them to use the score plus the explanations.
So, I mean, this is the exact use case why we have built the score. Because you can check the score statistically and say, okay, the explanations are valid for every decision, and then you can use the explanation. So this is the use case, the most important use case for making this score.
And this is actually, when we are having conversations with clients, is the new way of thinking.
Yeah.
Because they're used to rely on a number, but AI and explanations with impact is like, oh wait, I need to change my way of thinking and processes because this is so rich that I need to think how to adapt and the opportunities that it can bring. So that's why we are in a phase of educating as well.
And I will add also that in the context of the sandbox with the Banco de España, 3 years ago, there was already a project where the Banco de España supervised the explainability capabilities of this kind of scoring, and they validated that the explanations were good for scoring. It needs to be regulated, but at least they know that this works.
The standardization of the European Union, the CNLEC, is moving in this direction. You know, they are now even working on that. So.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for the presentation. I was wondering if you, in practice, if you use the model, do you see that the explanation is very different for each different company, or do you see that they use the same parameters more or less every time that you ask if, yeah, for instance, a company is healthy or not?
Normally, I mean, there are certain commonalities, but not always. So there is certain differentiations. We are now even doing certain studies, whether per sector or per, you know, there is a common criteria for pattern. But this is kind of a study that we are also doing with the clients. Because as we said, we have bunch, so the way we do this is with a bunch of records from the millions of companies. That obviously there are always like key top 5 that usually is problematic or part of the explanation side, but there is big differentiation in the others.
I mean, if the sales are not good enough, sales will be always apart.
Well, the reason I'm asking is I don't know how many different data points the AI will measure, but I'm trying to figure out if AI here is a way better solution than just old-fashioned take
It
those
is.
100 parameters and
It is.
calculate it and
I
come
tell
up
you-
with the same score.
And I
for
tell you
instance.
why. So consider that the scenario that we started here is million of records. So we have a big amount of data, diverse sectors, except financial, take out of the thing. And that fits much better and to create a model that adapts the traditional statistics. Traditional statistics are fantastic when you have a small amount and you need to generalize. But now we have very good data, very diverse, because we don't only use financial data. We use the other boxes that you saw that also enrich much more, plus risk, several risk scores that actually Informa is homemade that enrich the full system. So when we evaluate what model to use, whether traditional or AI, AI got all the plus, because actually this is a scenario, which is the proper one when you are reconsidering what is the best solution to put, the best tool to put.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments or the question? Okay.
Good job on this project. So my question is, you emphasized a few times about good data produce good result. So what's your strategies in governing of processes to ensure good data?
I mean, this is our core business in Informa.
Yeah.
So our processes come from loading data. I have more than 90 people checking the quality of data. I mean, you can think about that. We check. We have a lot of quality checks, automatic quality checks, and we have people checking the wrong results. We have a platform. We have people working on it, doing the accounting manually to make sure that it fits. So this is investing on quality data.
All right, thank you. That's basically you need to have army, right?
Yeah, or a couple.
Okay, thank you so much. And listening to this QA session, I have just recalled the one financial incident which happened last year, 2 years ago. Do you remember the name of the Silicon Valley Bank? Okay. And they were not suicided. They were killed by the society within one night. Most of their depositors suddenly withdrew the deposit without any noises, okay? Just clicking and then sending the money transfer information to the bank account. And they withdraw the money, okay, and then sent it to the other financial institutions. And the following morning, okay, already fatal part of the deposit disappeared. And then Silicon Valley Bank couldn't survive. These kind of social sentiment changes will not be detected by the traditional financial monitoring. Maybe AI-based sentiment monitoring or other type of social monitoring could solve this kind of information. And then Silicon Valley Bank case gave, say, Nacho and myself. We have been working together for the financial regulatory field. So that incident, not the incident, the case gave us huge shocks. Okay? And I hope the new type of AI-based analytics or monitoring can give us the new solution for this kind of incident. Okay. So I hope both of you to continue this kind of, say, new challenges. Okay. Anyway, thank you very much, and please give them big hands.